Hey, what's up, guys? What is going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. Brazil versus Mexico. This is a friendly match right before the Copa America. I think the Copa America starts the 20th, I'm not mistaken, because Brazil have one more game to play. It's against the US this Wednesday. And Mexico, I'm sure they have one more game to play because they're days away, 11 days away from starting the Copa America. I was confusing it with the Euros that start this Wednesday. So yeah, but let me just say that this game was not good, especially for Mexico. Mexico flunked really what happened because I remember Mexican soccer evolving, progressing, and it doesn't look like they progressed that much. I think they're hitting a rut. They're kind of stagnating because I couldn't figure out who was the guy to get them out of this rut in this game. There was lazy marking, there wasn't any initiative, there was nobody being able to hold on and command that midfield at all. The front two, I think, that were playing weren't doing that much. There was something going on with Quinones holding the ball off, and sometimes you saw him, little sparks of being a little bit threatening. But then after that, Jimenez just had one shot on goal, and this guy Charlie Atuna, I think it was, that had this huge opportunity that Allison ends up messing up. And look, if you're gonna strike it, first touch, you got to be confident. You got to be 100% sure that you're going to be able to connect with the ball, which he didn't. He should have just controlled it. I mean, he's a professional player. He's been under those strenuous situations, and I think he should have done better. He should have done way better. And then there was a long shot from Arteaga, I think it was, and that was it. That was it for the first half. In the second half, I mean, they scored their two goals. Really good center from, I forgot the kid's name, and then I think that was a own goal by Yan Cuoto, or maybe it could have been Quinones, like pushing the ball in. And then this guy that came in, he came in, I think it was his first touch, Martinez, the header, and then the rebound, and really good. I think Allison should have done a lot better. But, I mean, there were a whole bunch of bodies too, right? But they came back, and there was no sign that they were going to come back, especially in that first half. There was no sign that they might even score a goal. I think this was going to be a 0-0 game. I thought it was going to be a tie. And it would have been unfortunate because that stadium, that crowd, that environment was palpitating. I wish I was there. I think it was almost a sold-out game as far as what I was hearing. Brazil seemed like they just kind of took their foot off the pedal because they were winning comfortably with a 2-0, and Mexico came back. And let me tell you that Brazil also, with that squad, and I know it's not their first squad. I know it's the second squad because you saw the whole, supposedly the starters on the bench with Rodrigo, Vinicius, Endrick, Guimaraes, Gabriel from Arsenal, so Rafinha, which I think should just stay on the bench. But Brazil also lacked, especially with that kid from Girona, Yan Cuoto. I don't like him. I think he's very limited. I think he makes a lot of mistakes, just like he did at Girona. The times that I saw him play like 2-3 games against Madrid and Athletic Madrid, maybe even Barcelona as well. And just you could tell he was trying to save face, especially with the goal, and he was just complaining a lot, like falling over a lot when there was really no foul. He just couldn't keep up with Quinones, for example. But in the first 10, maybe 20 minutes, him and Savio, which is also from Girona, they were combining really well, and that's the thing, they were letting them combine really well, especially with Savio. They weren't really holding on to Savio. They weren't really defending Savio, so they were just letting him play. They were letting him do whatever he wanted, especially in those first 20 minutes. But yeah, it was very difficult to see anything good come from Mexico, and that surprised me. I thought Mexico, would have done better because they have a good history with the Brazilian national team, back in the past, back in the 2000s and maybe even mid 90s. Very surprised that they played this bad. And Brazil, I don't see them going that far in the Copa America. I did enjoy, and you saw the complete change. It was a radical change when both Vinicius and Endrick came in immediately. I mean, Vinicius is playing his best football. Every ball that he would take was too easy for him. It was just too easy, and you could tell the quality and the level that he's at is just far superior than anybody on that field. And Mexico don't have somebody like that. They needed somebody to just take command of that midfield. They kind of had it in the captain, the center back, but that was it. They didn't have anybody commanding the front or the middle. They lacked any attack. But when Vinicius came on, it was a completely different game, and you saw it. I mean, right from the introduction, every ball that he had, the center to Endrick, And then Endrick too. Endrick, just for being 17, amazing. That was my complaint with Vinicius. Anytime I criticize Vinicius, what were Madrid thinking taking him over to Madrid at such a young age? It took him a long time for him to get to this type of level. A very long time in football years, right? And Endrick's already, you could tell he's already there now. He's already there with the national team because again, I think that there are really no outstanding players or forwards for Brazil. They have to depend on this 17-year-old, and it makes him look even better than he really is. It's hard to say how well he's going to do because Madrid, La Liga, Champions League, European football is very, very different, and it's going to probably also take him some time. But you could already see the spark. The Copa America hasn't started yet, so if he has a really good Copa America, he might not even have a difficult time when he gets to play in Madrid, so we'll see. But really good from both of these guys when they came on. That's all I want to talk about. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.